1.5 months and I haven't bought anything. I've made do. And then I woke up the other morning and my watch had broken. It had stopped at 6:45 in the morning, and that was it. And it's one of those watches that has the little thing in the back. It's sort of self-winding. It has a little round thing that goes zzz, zzz, zzz when you wind it. And it went zzz, zzz, zzz when I moved it. And then there was also a little extra sound it made, which was a zzz, zzz, tink, 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 tink. And that was one of the tiny little cogwheels that makes the watch work is come loose. So what's the solution in a modern consumer society? Throw the watch away, buy a new one. No, can't do that. I've taken it to the repairers and it's going to be repaired. It's going to take 6 weeks and it's going to cost as much as a new watch. It isn't working. I'll tell you one thing that isn't working so far: saving money. Hasn't made any difference. I had a puncture in the car 2 weeks ago, and I took the car in, and I thought, oh Lord, how am I going to do this? Got to buy a new tyre. Sort of trying to justify it by saying it's for the whole family, not just for me. But they managed to repair the tyre, the little rubber plug thing they stuck in the hole. It was great. Watch them do it. So that was that done. And then I'm quite short of shoes already, in the sense that they're worn out and they're really scruffy. So I've taken a pair of old boots that I've had for 14 years to be repaired. Not that big a deal, is it? I've always had shoes repaired. It's quite normal. Just having the heels put back on, they've sort of worn out completely. So I'm repairing everything and not buying anything new. And I thought, when I started doing this, that it was kind of a new, brave thing to do. A kind of insane, stupid project that was just for me. I'm not imposing it on anyone else. I'm not trying to make the family join in with me. But I did think that, it was an interesting experiment. And I'm so not the first person. I've just discovered yesterday that there's a book that's been published in America and in the UK about this exact subject. It's called Not Buying It, My Year Without Shopping by Judith Levine. So there you go. People are already doing it. I mean, it's not new at all. I'm totally unoriginal. Not buying anything for a year, big deal. Loads of people doing it. But I did hear about some of these people that do the thing, particularly in New York. I've seen a TV report about it where they scavenge food from dumpsters, and they amazing food. I mean, not like rancid old bananas, but really lovely food that's been thrown out of restaurants, and they eat that, and that's what they live on. Got to have a fairly hardy constitution, I think, to be able to do that all the time. And these people are all bartering with each other and not buying anything with money, and sort of trying to exist outside the commercial maelstrom in which we live. Which I think is very brave, but also I think it's intriguing that the only people who would do that out of choice would be people who can do it out of choice, as opposed to people who live like that anyway. When I sort of had this notion the other day of a very poor Indian man who has no money and nothing at all, and a loincloth, and he sleeps on a train station in somewhere in India. He's not going to wake up one morning and go, I don't think I will buy the laptop this year. I'm going to wait. He's not really in the position to make that kind of choice, is he? So it is a very kind of self-indulgent thing that you could only do in a Western developed nation, which makes me feel slightly guilty, because I'm a sort of wishy-washy liberal with a kind of really twisted up conscience. So I'm not really doing it for that. I'm doing it for personal reasons. I'm sick of it, and I just don't want to buy anything. I'm just wondering when I'm going to reach some point where I really have no choice. I've just got to buy the thing, whatever it is. For instance, I'd really like to read this book. I can't, can I? Can't buy it. I found it on Amazon and I went, oh, I'll buy that. Oh no, can't buy it. Really difficult. So I'm hoping someone will buy it for me. It's my birthday quite soon. I can sort of ask them, can you buy me a book about not buying anything, please, for my birthday? Thank you. Yes, it's not easy. That's enough from me for now, but there is going to be quite a lot more of this coming up this year. Interesting. I've even had a meeting about it with the BBC in London. Isn't that interesting? Very, very interesting. See, YouTube gets in all these places that people don't expect. They're all watching it at the Beeb. Well, they're watching their own programmes at the Beeb that people have copied and put up there. What's going to happen about all that, we don't know yet. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, that's enough from me. See you soon.